Amy, you there? Okay. Well, Amy didn't want to talk to us. She didn't like us. And that's fine. We'll go to theblinds.com.
Hey.
Oh, there she
Amy,
is.
are you there?
Hey, sorry I was on mute.
Oh, it's not a problem. How can we help you today?
Okay, I made a very stupid car mistake.
Uh-oh.
And I entered into a lease 3.5 years ago, and I was married at the time and didn't know everything, all the ins and outs of the lease. Long story short, fast forward 3 years after trying to get out of it a couple of times. I am over on my mileage and over $9,000 worth. So, yeah. So I can't sit down and cry. I know I have to stand up and do something about it.
That's right.
So I think my options are, and you have to tell me where I'm wrong and lead me in the right direction, either buy it out, borrow the loss. That would be option one, would be buy it out. Number two would be to go borrow the $9,000 or $10,000, pay it, and then get into a cheaper car. Or three, the dealership is looking at putting me in one of their smaller, newer cars, and rolling over the loss.
Yeah.
It would be the same payment.
Yeah. And you're as you talk through the options, you're absolutely right. So tell me this. What's the car that you leased?
It is a Infiniti QX60.
Okay. And how old? What year was it?
It's a 2017.
Okay. 60. And so what was what's your dollar amount that you owe them because of the mileage?
$9,000 for the mileage.
So $9,000. Okay. All right. So talk to me here. What's your household income?
By myself, I bring in about 72 and a half, 73.
Okay.
And for 5 more years, I'll get $1,300 in child support.
Okay. How many kids do you have?
I have one, and she's 19.
Okay. All right. And what other debts do you have, Amy?
My home. I own my home. Well, I have a mortgage on it. I pay $850 a month.
Okay. How much? What's the balance on what you owe?
I owe $145,000 on my home, and I could sell it today for about $215,000.
Okay. What else do you owe on?
I have 2 credit cards, and I pay $330 a month on that, and then my car, and that's it.
Okay. The credit cards. How much do you owe on one or the biggest credit card?
The biggest credit card is $7,000, and I owe $500 on the other one.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to get a feel for where you are from a debt standpoint. As I look at this, I don't like the rollover. Okay, I don't want them taking that dollar amount, the $9,000 that you owe, and putting that on top of something else. That's going to create a headache. Okay, so that's kind of like the 3-card Monte. You remember that card game where they move it and you try to find the hidden card? I don't like that. The other option is, do you have $9,000 sitting anywhere?
I do, but it's for my child's school. It's not for me. We're paying out of pocket for her school. Between that and scholarship. So that would make me feel like I'm stealing from her.
Okay. No, I understand. I just think the biggest thing is you taking a look at, go talk to a credit union and try to see if you can get a short-term loan to be able to attack and pay that off. I
did.
Okay. What did they say?
I did, and I actually talked to them this morning, and they would loan me 3% to buy the car, or to do they would call it a personal loan for the $10,000, which would be 10%. And I didn't quite understand that, but that's the only one I've checked with.
All right. And what's the balance you owe on the vehicle? Do you know?
$30,000.
So that would be the purchase price.
Yes.
Yeah. So it'd be the $30,000, the purchase price, plus the $9,000 overage. Correct?
No, if I bought it out, if I choose to buy it out personally, then the $9,000 is wiped off. The only place that the $9,000 would come in is if I were to turn the vehicle in and leave it free, or if I wanted to, if I decided to go with the other option with rolling it onto another car.
Okay, gotcha. So you're essentially looking at a vehicle that's around $21,000, right?
That's right.
Boy, oh boy, I tell you.
Yeah, and
go ahead.
We do. My daughter has a car. It's paid for in full. So, but I have to have access to a vehicle for my work. I have to have a reliable car, and I don't mind driving an older car, but
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just trying to make the right decision.
but here's the mindset. Here's what we don't want to do. We don't want to take, we don't want to go into $21,000 worth of debt just for you to have a vehicle, right? It's a matter of having something
Right.
that runs. So it's math, right? Do you want to have a $21,000 problem or a $9,000 problem? I'm going to go the $9,000 problem route. And so utilizing that with the credit union and talking to them, turning that vehicle in, get it out of your life. And then now what you have is a savings issue to be able to save up and get another car. I don't like the rollover. It just compounds the problem.
Yeah, I agree with you, Hogan. I'm with you. Like, how do we figure out to get that $10,000
Out.
covered?
Yeah.
And get that over and then get out of it. Now, here's the thing she may have to consider. Is using some of that money to go buy a cash car, because once she pays off that, turns the car in, pays off the extra the mileage, she has to have a vehicle.
Right.
So I mean, with her having some money in her child's savings account for college, I get it. You don't want me to feel like you're stealing from your daughter, but at the same time, you're not stealing. It's your money.
No, that's right.
So go buy you a nice, reliable cash car, and let's figure out how do we go ahead and pay cash for your daughter's college as well.
But, I appreciate you calling in, Amy, because a lot of times we can become so stressed that we grab the first option, and we're not looking for the first option. We want to find the best solution overall, and that's a shift in mindset. Talk to the credit union about that shorter term loan. Pay this thing off, turn in this vehicle, get it out of your life, and you live and you learn. No leases. We're not doing that. You're going to save up cash, buy a car for cash, and upgrade over time. Got to slow down, think clearly, and do it the right way. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.